So today we'll start with the drafting. And first of all, before we start drafting, ensure whether you are having sufficient knowledge about the particular topic to which we had discussed even in last classes. The topic was CA, as you remember. Disha was there, Astha, and Hansika, Kush. So these students were there. So are you ready? Yes, please. Anybody? Uh, Mahati?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Okay. Do one thing. Open your Microsoft Word file,
Okay.
and then we'll start with the that is drafting, and in which first of all we will include synopsis.
So you're asking if I'm ready with my arguments for CAA, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, sir, I'm ready with that. You want me to open a Microsoft Doc for writing what?
Yes. So I want all of you to open Microsoft Word file. I'm going to point out some of the sections and directives of the ministry, and then I will try to ask a basic question, and then we'll start with the drafting. Okay. Harshita is having, I think, network issue. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
So it's fine now.
Okay, okay. So those who were present in first class, we had categorized 4 to 5 students were from the petitioner side, and some of them for the respondent side. And I think Kush had presented from the respondent side, and Hansika, I don't know whether Hansika was there or not. Disha was there. So
No,
today,
sir, I was
yes, Hansika.
not present in the previous session.
Okay, okay. And Shreya,
Yes, sir. No, I wasn't there either.
you wasn't there.
No, sir.
Is it your first class?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so Mahati start with the petitioner side first of all. Then
Yes, sir.
yes.
Okay. So basically, what we spoke about last class, just for the people who don't know, is the Citizenship Amendment Act. And although it was like in the works and like under drafting in 2019, it recently materialized before the current elections. And some of the people also saw it as a ploy for the ruling party that ended up winning again, to again like use the act as a weapon to like polarize the already minority communities. And the main petition and the protests, they basically pointed out how it's like a blow to the Indian constitutional values of equality and religious non-discrimination values that are enshrined in the constitution, and how it's like inconsistent and incompatible with even like the international human rights obligations that India has. Also, like some of the recent like surveys and like reports that were conducted also talk about how like this is not just like one or like certain people's problems, but it's a problem for society. uh, so what CAA does, it removes the barriers for acquiring citizenship for Indian citizenship for Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, Parsis, and Christians from Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and Pakistan who arrived before 31st December 2014. But what it does not do is provide for like the same Muslim minorities who have like entered India under the same conditions. And how is it different from the previous act is because the previous act prohibited all undocumented migrants from acquiring this Indian citizenship. What 2019 amendment does, it basically fast tracks the citizenship pathways for some, and it provides legislative protection, but this is again only with the exception of like some of tribal areas and again Muslims. And yeah, it like many such like South Asian groups which mostly find like refuge in India because of its like it's supposed to be one of the best constitutions, and it's like the largest neighboring country on the Asian continent, but again the 2019 amendment discriminates without any justification towards them. And some also say that the amendment was like particularly aimed at like being discriminatory to these groups. And even though they have like a UN refugee status, especially the Rohingya Muslims. And yeah, I think that's also.
Okay. Okay, so can you please tell me why is it against Article 14 or 15?
Yes, sir. So basically, the principles in the Constitution say that they will not discriminate between anyone, especially minority groups have like even options for like affirmative action. But the right to equality before the law, which is supposedly guaranteed to us under Article 14, is clearly violated by this, right? Because they're like particularly targeting people, and they're also targeting people who are already vulnerable.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, is there any other student who can speak on behalf of petitioner side? Anybody prepared? Harshita, am I audible to you, Harshita? Okay, Hanshika.
Yes, sir, I've prepared few arguments. As we all know that NRC, which is contradictory to parent law, was found to be violated as per the 1955 Citizen Act by Section 3 first clause. Because in that act states that anyone who's born in India on or after January 26, 1950, but before 1st July 1857 is to be citizens of India. But the National Register of Citizens has its own rule. And to consider anyone as a citizen of the country, which is the name of the family members of the applicant, it should be like the first NRC be prepared in 1951. Or the second condition is that name should be in the electoral rolls until midnight March 24, 1971. So the Citizenship Act of 1955 forbids citizenship to the people who are either belonging to a group of diplomat children or of the children enemy, as well as Section 6A of 1955 Act also, which is arising from Assam Accord, also like classify illegal migrants into like three categories who are also deprived of their fundamental rights violated by Article 14, as we have seen from the time period between 1966 to 1987.
Okay. Any more? Hanshika, yes.
Uh, no, sir, like I feel like major part was yesterday covered. What Mehti and other Harshita like said in the previous session. So I feel like this was I feel like was not mentioned.
Okay. And who else are there? Let me check it. Astha Shri, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, can you present?
Sir, actually, I was not present in first session.
Even yesterday I shared the video for that. Did you go through that?
Sir, you shared it today.
Okay, so you're not prepared today. Okay, have it tomorrow then. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Next is Thir Thankara.
Sir, all my points were already said.
Yesterday. Okay. Okay, most of the aspects are covered. I hope you would be having a basic understanding. So let me start with the drafting. So what we will cover in the drafting is what happens whenever we prepare any drafting. We have to provide synopsis first of all, whatever is explained, whatever the matters are explained in the original petition. On the basis of that, we prepare synopsis, and then synopsis includes list of dates. So the events happened from that date to till now, what has occurred. Everything is to be denoted is denoted by the dates. So the list of dates are required when any petition is filed. List of date is attached after synopsis, and then we have to cover original application. Okay, so the PIL is not in criminal nature, but it is in civil nature. So the civil suit application is attached along with the these two synopsis, list of dates, and original application. And thereafter, the last part is about affidavit. We have to attach verification part is attached. Okay, so that's how it is covered. So let me open Microsoft Word file. Okay, do one thing. Note down the part which will be covered under synopsis. Open your notebooks or Microsoft Word file or whatever you wish to open for the uh, noting everything. Ready?
Yes, sir.
So we have to add heading, that is synopsis. So the synopsis will start with, that is the first page of any PIL. Synopsis. Synopsis includes, for example, whoever is filing a PIL, the person or the organization has to introduce themselves, and then they have to clarify that the motto of filing this petition is totally welfare of the public, not for the personal gain. And also uh, the points which are to be SLs or challenges, those points are included. So for example, any of you start writing petition for the PIL, and you have to introduce yourself in such a way that anyone could know about you and the motive of filing this or challenging any of the issue. So these things should be cleared. So provide heading first of all, that is synopsis, and then write, the petitioner is a public interest litigant, that the petitioner is a, whoever that petitioner, suppose any person who is a public activist, or the petitioner has already uh, been in such kind of events where they where protest goes on, and the person takes part, or the person involves in various kind of social activities. So in that way, petitioner has to introduce themselves. So first line would be the petitioner is a public interest litigant. Then the petitioner is a public activist, or the or if any advocate is filing, then the petitioner is an advocate. And then they mention the apprehension, why this petition is challenging, and why is it violating any of the law or the constitutional morality or its laws. So the line should be written in such a way that the petitioner is apprehensive that CAA process will exclude millions of poor, vulnerable people from Indian citizenship, particularly the post partition refugees, minorities, and undocumented migrants, rendering them stateless. May I repeat?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The petitioner is a public interest litigant, and that the petitioner is a public activist or the advocate. The petitioner is apprehensive that CAA process will exclude millions of poor, vulnerable people from Indian citizenship, particularly the post-partition refugees, minorities, and undocumented migrants, rendering them stateless. Then you can write the petitioner is involved in various public social works and is the whatever, whether chairman, whether president, whether secretary of any club, organization, anything that could denote their you know it's their activity regarding public welfare could be mentioned. And then you can write that the which undertakes socially relevant and social and welfare activities in India. Then you can write the petitioner is a public interest litigant is filing the present writ petition against the respondent, seeking relief of declaration that the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 and other executive orders are against the Constitution and are void. I repeat, the petitioner, a public interest litigant, is filing the present writ petition against the respondent, seeking relief of declaration that the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 and other executive orders are against the Constitution and are void. Then you can write, now the point which needs to be challenged, those will be written in such a way that the petitioner is seeking enforcement of fundamental rights. Why? Because some of the laws are affecting it. So you have to write the petitioner is seeking enforcement of fundamental rights under Article 14, 15, 21, and seeks to assails the following. SLC means challenging or which are contrary. So, what are those following challenging points of facts? So, the first of all, the point which assails is first validity of Section 14A of Citizenship Act 1955. That is the first point. Second is validity of Section 18 Clause 3 of Citizenship Act 1955. Then third is notifications of ministry. So I will share 4 to 5 notifications in the WhatsApp group. Then you can note down those. points, those orders, ministerial orders name as per the dates. Okay, so these these will be included in first page of the synopsis. That is, these are the initial line of the synopsis. And then once you, as you says that you are seeking to assess the following: validity of section 14A of Citizenship Act and validity of section 18(3) clause 3 of Citizenship Act. So now you have to explain how section 14A is violating the laws, the constitution. It's going, it's against the articles. So for uh, challenging, you have to mention another heading called challenge to section 14A of Citizenship Act 1955. Then you can write why is it challenging. So I am just providing the glimpses of the explanation. You can mention that the section 14A offers a fast track path to Indian citizenship for undocumented migrants belonging to Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsi, and Christian communities who entered India from Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and Pakistan on or before December 31st, 2014. These individuals facing potential religious persecution in their home countries are exempted from standard 11-year residency requirement for citizenship by registration under the Citizenship Act 1955. Inserting such laws violates the following articles of the Constitution. So, what are those following articles? Now we have to mention those articles too. May I repeat? So, the heading you have to provide is challenge to Section 14A of Citizenship Act 1955. Then you can write section 14A offers a fast track path to Indian citizenship for undocumented immigrants belonging to Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsi, and Christian communities who entered India from Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and Pakistan on or before 31st December 2014. These individuals facing potential religious persecution in their home countries are exempted from the standard 11-year residency requirement for citizenship by registration under the Citizenship Act 1955. Inserting such laws violates the following articles of the Constitution. Now you have to provide another heading, that is violation of Article 14 dash equality before law. Then you have to mention that the classification based solely on religion is deemed arbitrary and unreasonable. So, under the violation of Article 14, equality before law, there you have to mention, explain the classification based solely on religion is deemed arbitrary and unreasonable. Minorities facing persecution in neighboring countries like Sri Lanka and Myanmar are excluded, undermining the principle of equal treatment before the law enshrined in Article 14. So that's how you can explain it. Another article that is violation of Article 15 dash provision of discrimination based on religion. There you can provide, explain, by prioritizing specific religious communities for citizenship. Section 14A blatantly discriminate against others, contradicting Article 15 that guarantee of non-discrimination on religious grounds. So that's how you can explain Article 14, Article 15. You can also mention some of the point like it is also undermining the secularism. So you can provide heading undermining secularism. Then you can explain about secularism and also how it is contrary to the secularism. You can mention like India's secular character is compromised by prioritizing certain religion in citizenship matters. This fosters a dangerous precedent, potentially creating religious divisions within the nation and eroding its commitment to religious neutrality. So that's how you can mention undermining secularism, explain it in your own language. You can also mention about few more line you can add lack of rational nexus. You can provide one more heading like this, lack of rational nexus, and there you can mention the religious basis of the classification lacks a rational connection to the state objective of aiding persecuted minorities. Persecution can be based on various factors like ethnicity, language, or political belief. Non-discriminatory legislation focusing on the nature of persecution could address this issue more effectively. Then again you can mention some more line that balancing security concerns with equality. That's one could be the heading. Here you can mention that can India effectively address security concerns stemming from illegal immigration while upholding its commitment to equality and non-discrimination. And that's how you can mention some more line. So these are the just for the example you can mention in such a way, and this should not be 1 or 2 pages explanation. This should go on historically. Whatever you could add you would add you can add, and what more information you can explain you should add in the explanation too, sorry, in the synopsis too. And as I have mentioned article 14 and also 15, you can explain it by supporting uh, precedents with this with the you can mention some of the precedent as well, and you have to more focus on those points which are to which you are challenging. You are challenging section 14A of citizenship act and also section 18 clause 3 of citizenship act, and then you are challenging some of the executive directives of the ministry. So the directives are 4 to 5 directives are I will share in the WhatsApp group. You can check out those directives and download it and go through those directives, why those directives are violating these articles, and then you can explain each directive one by one as you are challenging those directives. Understood? So tomorrow I want all of you to provide me synopsis containing the challenging points, validity of section 14A, section 18.3, clause 3, and then notifications, and then explain each challenging points, challenging sections, and why those if those sections are violating articles, then mention article and also explain those articles. Okay. Then after checking documents, I will explain list of events, list of dates. I will discuss regarding list of dates tomorrow. So those who are present today, prepare synopsis and show me tomorrow one by one. I will check it. Any question if you have, you can ask me, or any issue if you have, you can share with me. Okay, so let me ask one by one and let me ensure. Astha Siri,
Yes, sir.
did you note down everything?
Yes, sir.
Will you prepare synopsis now?
Yes, sir.
So show me tomorrow synopsis, and the pages of synopsis should be around 7 to 8 pages. Okay, not two or
Okay,
three.
sir.
Yes. Next is Arnav. Arnav is not communicating with me, just simply attending class, but I don't know
Sir,
what.
I'll hear.
Yes,
Hello.
Arnav.
Yes, sir.
Arnav, did you note down all those points today?
Yes, the synopsis for the PIL. Yes, sir.
Yes. So prepare at
Uh,
least 7 to 8 pages.
yeah, I was just finishing up with writing. I'll submit
Okay,
it by
okay,
tomorrow.
surely. And
Thank you, sir.
Disha,
Bye bye.
Yes, sir. But can I like request you that if you have recorded this session as well, can you please send the video because in between my internet was fluctuating, so I could not hear a few points.
no
So,
issue. It will be uploaded shortly and the link will be circulated in the group too. Okay.
yes, thank you, sir.
Hanshika,
Yes, sir. So my concern is like similar to Disha's, like my network was fluctuating, so I'm not clearly able to gauge what you
yeah, you
said.
can go through the video again and note down the points.
Thank
And
you, sir.
Harshita,
Yes, sir. The same thing. My connection was off in between for some time, so I would like to request for the video as well.
surely. Kush,
Yes, sir, I am.
okay. Mahati,
Yes, sir. I think I'll be ready tomorrow.
and Shreya,
Yes, sir. I'll be prepared tomorrow.
Dhir Dhankara.
Yes, sir, I'll do it better.
Okay, so let me mention directives too so that you can note down even from the video recording. The directives about which I was talking. Uh, s- First, as you are challenging validity of Section 14A of Citizenship Act 1955, first. Second is validity of Section 18, Clause 3 of the Citizenship Act 1955. Then third talks about the notification, which includes order number GSR 685 under bracket E, dated 8 9 2015. Second notification and order, that is GSR 686 under bracket E, dated 8 9 to 2015. Then again, next notification is GSR 702E, dated 18 7, that is 2016. 18/7 means 18 July 2016. Another notification, that is GSR 703, dated 18 July 2016. Another notification GSR 1668 under bracket E, dated 23rd December 2016. So these are the five notification. One more notification is GSR 5377 under bracket E, dated 23rd October 2018. So I think there are the six notifications. You can note down these notifications, and I will share in the group too. Then download all these notification, go through these notification, and then prepare your argument in a synopsis. Explain it. Those notifications are contrary to the principle of neutrality, principle of secularism. Why is it against the uh, constitutional law? Why is it against the articles? So these things could be included in synopsis. Remember, one more thing is, whatever you would be included in synopsis, the double you have to include in the original petition. So whatever you explain in the synopsis, that would be meant as the comprehensive explanation. And later when you prepare the original draft, those should be having double or triple information containing each things, date wise, plus inside the depth information should be there. Okay, so I end up this class today. In case if you have any question, you can ask me. Otherwise, thank you so much. Good night.
So,
Yes.
so I had texted you regarding how I actually missed the past few classes because of a personal issue. The thing is, I had actually got into an accident.
Oh,
So because of that, yeah, I had like a few medical emergencies, and I got back home today. So that's why.
are you well now or still on rest?
No, no. So like I'm good. It's just that like I had a few scratches over my body, so I couldn't really move, and my ankle was in a very bad condition. So
You can
that's why I
take a
had to
rest
like.
for few days, and when you get well, rejoin.
Okay, like I'll go through the recordings and like I'll do as much as I can.
Hmm.
I just wanted to know like the briefing part again because I think the last time I had attended the meeting, the max I knew is that there'll be like those six assignments on the website, and
Hmm.
we'll be have to doing that. So additional to it, what else do we have to do?
Additionally, this like drafting classes, and
Okay,
one more task will be assigned to you later on. That is related to conducting, basically getting a story of a lawyer. So there's a
okay,
procedure that will be informed later on, but six topics
okay.
and along with the drafting classes.
Got it. And in the drafting classes, we have two classes that have been completed, right?
Yes, and for those I have shared the video in the group.
Okay, so like I'll go through the video and I'll have to do whatever's
Yes,
mentioned there.
first class is
Okay,
having first class is having about the briefing part of
okay,
CAA, and second
okay,
class is having counter question answers by the
okay,
students.
okay,
So, and then today's class is about synopsis. Tomorrow's will
okay,
be for list of events. That's how it will go.
okay,
So, in case if you find unwell, and whatever you could do, you present it, and unless I'll help you, and if you need explanation, then I will. Okay.
okay. So and like regarding the two previous classes, is there any way that I can like make up for it or anything that I can do regarding those two classes, or if I go through the recordings, is that enough?
If you find recordings are sufficient, then it's good. In case if you think you need more, you have some questions, you need more explanation, then I will brief it accordingly. You can seek time and give you additional time.
Okay, sir, got it. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night.